planning to do this video for a long time and I finally decided to do it, which is quite a big step, I'm not even gonna lie. This is probably one of the videos that will take the longest to make on my channel. If I don't finish it today, I'm probably gonna be doing it the next day. But in this video, I'm going to be showing you every single vehicle from Mad City Chapter 2. Every location, every price, if you should buy the vehicle, if it's fast, everything about every vehicle everywhere. Literally. This is going to be a packed video. Make sure you go ahead and throw a like on the video right now if you haven't already. This is the best thing you can do, as well as subscribing to the channel. The current goal of the channel is 20,000 subscribers. I'm pretty sure we can hit that. Also, go ahead and hit that notification bell to be notified for every video and every live stream when it comes to my channel. I give away Robux in my Discord as well as in my live streams. Let's not waste any more time and go through everything in the game right now. So this video is going to be divided in 5 different categories. The first one being the vehicles, then followed by the boats, with the helicopters, the planes, as well as the jets. So the vehicles that are no longer in Mad City, they are not on the list because of the fact that you can't go ahead and buy them, which is basically the Mad City Chapter 2 vehicles. So the first vehicle that we have on the list is actually a classic when it comes to prison games, and it's going to be the default Camaro, which is based off a Camaro IRL. It's currently $0 in Mad City and has been forever, basically because it's a default vehicle. It's pretty fast, but again, it's not very fast because it wouldn't make sense for it to be super fast because it's $0. Next, right here in the same location, we have the Tracer, which is $750,000. It's based off the Audi R8, which is a very cool looking vehicle by default. I'm not even gonna lie, this is one of the coolest looking vehicles in Mad City Chapter 2, and it's also pretty fast, so you should definitely go ahead and buy this if you want a starter vehicle that doesn't cost much. Now, right here, right next to the Tracer, we have the first bike of today's list, which is gonna be the Cruiser. It's currently listed as $50,000 and it looks like this, kind of like a chopper but a little bit modified. It used to be so ugly in Mad City Chapter 1, I can't even tell you how ugly it was, but they made a completely revamped version. It looks very cool. It's definitely not going to be a bad purchase. Now right here, right next to the police garage, there's going to be the SWAT garage, which is where you can find the SWAT van for $0 if you do own the SWAT Game Pass. If you do not own the SWAT Game Pass, you're not going to be able to get inside of that vehicle, so I definitely recommend you to get the Game Pass in order to use that truck. It's not very fast. Again, it's pretty slow because of the fact that it's a van. It's definitely a good pick when it comes to combat or as well just moving around with your friends and having a good ride in Mad City. Now next on the list, we have the first vehicle that we need to escape prison to actually see, and it's going to be at the cabin right here in the wood right up north of the prison, and it's this truck right here, which is the R150. It used to be very basic looking in Mad City Chapter 1, but they made a revamped version. The first time I actually saw this vehicle was in the live event. It's the vehicle I took whenever I wanted to go through basically the main part of the event. It's $15,000, which is pretty low in terms of money. You should get this thing. Next on the list, we need to actually go a little bit far from where we were. We need to go a little bit up north, and you're gonna be able to find the dirt bike. The dirt bike was actually located at the prison in Chapter 1, but they changed the location of the thing, and it now is right here. As you can see, it's $25,000, which is pretty good. I definitely consider that you should buy that thing. You can go ahead and do some off-road with it, which is pretty cool. Next up on the list, we need to actually go to Area 51. We were basically right here at the Campfire, and we go right there at Area 51. There's gonna be the first vehicle on today's list that cost above $1 million, and it's gonna be the 066 Terminator right here. It's an armored vehicle that has a turret on top of it, which you can use to get the boat robbery done very quick. When it comes to PvP, it's also a very good consideration because this thing does a bunch of damage. Let's move on with something a little bit different than this. Again, at $4 million, we have something completely different. We have the Rhino tank right here, which is gonna be one of the biggest vehicles that you can get in Mad City Chapter 2, and it's a very high artillery. It's very huge. I made a video on the tank if you want to go and check it out right now, and I tell you about a bunch of stuff related to the tank itself. Next up on the list, we actually need to go from Area 51. Inside of that tunnel right here, you're gonna be able to see that sort of blue light. You keep going down that path right here, you're gonna be able to see that this place is some sort of underground, and it contains the light bike, which is one of the most exclusive vehicles from Chapter 2, and it's basically $3.5 million, which is very expensive for a bike, but it is currently known to be one of the fastest vehicles in Mad City, and this is by far one of the best when it comes to speed. We're now gonna move to Cityside County, where we're gonna be able to find a dealership that contains the fastest vehicle of Mad City Chapter 2. There's a total of 5 different vehicles that can be found towards Cityside County, right under Area 51. And basically, when you come here, you can find the Cyber Quad, which was basically next to the car dealership in Mad City Chapter 1, but they relocated it, and it's now located right here behind the gas station of the car dealership. They actually remodeled the thing so it looks like the actual Cyber Quad made by Tesla. Now, whenever we move around and get inside MC Exotics, which is the car dealership of Cityside County, we can enter this place, and you're going to be able to see the 4 most exclusive and exquisite cars of Mad City Chapter 2. The cars go from right to left in terms of value, and we will start with the cheapest one being the Firestorm. I think the Firestorm is based off an Aston Martin car, but it's $1.5 million, which is a pretty cool looking vehicle. This is also a electric vehicle, so if you want to go ahead and ride a vehicle in silent, this is definitely going to be your pick. Right next to the car, we have the Avenger, which is a Lamborghini in Mad City Chapter 2. There's two of them. One of them got removed, but the Avenger is the only one that is still available for you to purchase. It's $2.5 million. Next up on the list, we have one of the favorite vehicles from my community, which is the Fury. It is basically right here. It was in Chapter 1, and the remodel is absolutely crazy. It's based off a McLaren, if I'm not mistaken, and it looks absolutely stunning. It's worth $3 million, and it's also one of the top 5 vehicles that are the fastest in Mad City, so you definitely want to go ahead and purchase it for a speed. And now finally on the list, we have the fastest vehicle in Mad City Chapter 2, which is going to be right here. It's $3.5 million, and it's the Nero. Now this vehicle used to be my favorite vehicle in Mad City Chapter 1 because this is genuinely one of the coolest vehicles in the game. Very expensive, but I definitely consider you should buy that thing because of the speed and because of the looks. Now next on this, we actually need to head to the airport, where I'm going to show you a very special vehicle that is not purchasable but is actually drivable. Let's go there right now. The vehicle I was talking about is actually this truck right here, which is the staircase truck. You cannot purchase this and get it on your phone. It has a staircase on top of it because you can use it to rob the plane. You can take it to the city and look like an absolute idiot with it, which is pretty funny. Now next on this, we have one of the most expensive vehicles in Mad City Chapter 2, and it's the Thunderbird right here, which is inspired from the DeLorean in Back to the Future. It looks absolutely stunning, but they kind of killed the vehicle. It was very good in Chapter 1, and now it's pretty much something I don't even want to drive anymore. $5 million is a little bit expensive for the vehicle, but otherwise, it's a pretty cool looking vehicle. For the next vehicles on the list, we actually need to make our way to the Broadwalk Pier, where there's going to be two different vehicles. First one being the 911, which is based off a Porsche 911 IRL. It's a pretty good price for the car. It looks amazing. They actually remodeled the thing. It was pretty ugly in Chapter 1, but they actually made it so it's a cool looking vehicle, which is pretty nice. It's not that fast, but again, if you want something that looks cool and is decently fast, I definitely recommend you actually give a shot to the 911. Now next, right over here, we have a Challenger, and the Challenger is actually available at two different places in the map. It's available right here and also at the car dealership in the middle of the city, where we're going to be taking a look at later on. The look of it is crazy. It's based off the IRL version of it. The body kit is also very cool. If you want to go ahead and purchase something for a low price that goes decently fast, go ahead and purchase the Challenger. Now one of the most requested vehicles in my comment section was the Nighthawk, and it's right here in the map. It's going to be located right south of the casino next to the hotel, and it's going to be right here for $4.5 million. And this vehicle is actually very special because of the fact that it has a gun on it. It has neons everywhere on the thing. It has a giant boost at the back. Now $4.5 million is a lot of money for this. You definitely want to be cautious whenever you buy this. Now we need to make our way to the parking lot west of the map, which is going to be right here under the pier, and you're going to be able to see that there's two vehicles here. We have first the ATV, which is one of the two ATVs in the game. There's the ATV and the Cyber Quad. I'm not even gonna lie, if you actually go ahead and hop on this, you can give a bunch of customizations, and they actually made the sound of the thing very satisfying. And right after, we have the Mini right here, which is going to be listed as $60K. It looks amazing. They basically remade the thing. One thing that I noticed about the vehicle is that it makes a UK flag at the back. If you hop inside of the vehicle, you're going to be able to see that the sound of the vehicle also changed, which is very satisfying. Now next on the list, we have one of the most iconic vehicles from Mad City because it was in Chapter 1 and it's actually back in Chapter 2. It's an electric vehicle that is based off a Tesla, and it's the Roadster. It's actually going to be located at the nightclub right south of it. It's $1 million, which is a lot of money, but it's definitely one of the fastest vehicles in the game when it comes to electric cars. I definitely like the look of the vehicle as well because it's a Tesla. Let's now move on to one of my favorite vehicles in Mad City Chapter 2 because of its looks. It's going to be one of the craziest vehicles as well. Now next, we need to go to the parking that is in the commercial area of Mad City, which is going to be right here south of the gun shop, and you're going to be able to see this parking lot, which contains the GTR. This car is absolutely stunning. It looks like this by default. Whenever you hop inside of it, as you can see right there, I give the car a little bit of customization right there. Definitely go ahead and customize the GTR because of the fact that it's pretty much one of the coolest looking cars in the game when it comes to customization. Now again, the commercial area, we have one of the only SUVs in the game, and it's going to be the Roadblazer, which is one of the coolest looking SUVs in the entire game, if not one of the coolest vehicles in the entire game. It holds up to 4 people. I don't know what it's based off IRL. If you know what it is, let me know down in the comments. I would be very glad to know what model of IRL car this is. Now next, we need to make our way to MC Muscle, which is going to be the city's car dealership, and there's going to be 3 different vehicles here. One of them is actually one that was previously in the video, is the Challenger, which is back here again for $400,000. Again, same exact price. Next, we have the Mustang, which is one of my favorite vehicles in the game. It sounds amazing as well. Let's just say that the sound of it is crazy. So definitely go ahead and buy the Mustang if you want something clean and something that will go decently fast and look awesome. Finally, in the dealership dealership for $70,000, which is a very low price for a muscle car, is going to be the Shelby right here. If you hop inside of that thing, you're going to be able to notice that the sound is also pretty satisfying. It's a very classic car as well. I don't know which IRL car this is. If you know, again, let me know down in the comments. I would be very glad to know. Now, next up on the list, we actually need to make our way to the desert, which is going to be one of the new vehicles of Mad City Chapter 2 and one of you guys' favorite vehicle. Let's move there right now. Now, for this vehicle, you need to actually make your way inside of that canyon right here, this sort of circle. Whenever you fall in that circle right there, you're going to be able to see that it has a vehicle right there for $3 million, and it's the Halo. It's a overboard that they had it in Mad City Chapter 2. It's pretty amazing looking, I'm not even gonna lie, and for $3 million, you can go ahead and move around on this plank and have a bunch of fun, do a bunch of tricks. It's amazing. Other physics in Chapter 2 are very cool in my opinion. I would consider you get something else instead of that though, which is the next vehicle on today's list is going to be located at the Volcano. Let's go there right now. Now, not only this is the last vehicle of the list of vehicles, but this is also my favorite vehicle of Mad City Chapter 2. This is also the vehicle I was driving the whole time in this video. It's the Hyperglider for $5.5 million. Is basically one of the coolest vehicles in the game. I'm not even gonna lie, it's amazing. If you want to buy any vehicle in Chapter 2 right now, it's definitely gonna be this thing. I consider that you should buy this 1000%, no doubt. We're now gonna move on to the boats section of the video, which has 5 different boats. Let's not waste any more time and move on to the boats right now. Now, for the 3 first boats, you need to make your way right in front of the prison, which is gonna be the deck in front of the prison. You're gonna be able to find 3 different boats. One of them is right here for $50,000, and it's the Jetski. It's an entry-level boat. You should definitely go ahead and get that if you want to go ahead and start with any boat. Then you have the fastest boat in the game for $500K right here in front of me. It's the Hydro, and it's again the fastest boat in the game. If you want to go ahead and rob the boat in the fastest time as possible, go ahead and get that thing because this is very, very good. And now for a whopping amount of $0, not a single penny, you have the regular boat. It's $0. You can actually just go ahead and get it while you start playing Mad City, and you can go ahead and go and rob the boat, which is right here. Talk about timing. We're now going to move to the new boats in the game. There's 2 different ones. One is next to the jewelry store and one is at the docks. Let's go there right now and show you which of them is the most worth it right now. Now, the first of the 2 new boats in the game is actually going to be right here at the docks, right next to Area 51, and you're going to be able to see that the Bulldog is here for $250,000. It's actually a new boat in the game, but if you go ahead and get that boat, you can actually just stand on it and use your guns to move around. I definitely would recommend you buy this, but there is a better alternative to this boat, and it is very expensive, and I'm going to show you what it looks like right now. We need to make our way to the jewelry store for me to show you right now. And now the last boat on today's list is actually right here next to the jewelry store. As you can see, I'm right next to it, and if you go right here, you're going to be able to find the Marauder for $1.5 million. It's actually 6 times the price of the Bulldog. It holds a bunch of seats though. As you can see inside of it, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seats, I think. I'm going to show you how much damage it does on the cargo boat. As you can see right there, it has a cannon on top of it, which is why I was talking about damage. If I go ahead and shoot any part of the boat right now, as you can see, I do 35 damage every single time I shoot. Now, the next part of the list is actually the helicopters. There is 4 different helicopters in Mad City Chapter 2, and I'm going to show you every single one of them, and you will be able to tell if you want to buy any of them. Let's go there right now. Now, the first helicopter to this list is a classic in Mad City. It used to be in Chapter 1 and is back in Chapter 2, and it's the Scout for $500K. It's a pretty good amount of money for an helicopter, but again, this is a classic. You can deny it. Scout is pretty much the entry helicopter. It can also be found on top of the criminal base. You can basically buy it here or at the criminal base, wherever you like. Now, the next helicopter into this is actually the Buzzard for $2.5 million, and it's actually inspired from the GTA Buzzard. $2.5 million for this is actually pretty cool because it does have missiles, and you can go ahead and just PvP with it. So again, get that helicopter if you want to do a bunch of damage quick, but there is a better alternative to the Buzzard, which I'm going to show you right now. The next helicopter on the list is the Cobra right here for $4 million, and again, the Cobra is one of the best helicopters in the game because of the fact that it can shoot multiple missiles at the same time. Passenger can actually use the cannon, which is in front of the thing. It didn't used to be in Chapter 1, and now you can do that in Chapter 2. And right next to Cobra, you can actually see that there's a regular helicopter for $0. This is the plain, normal helicopter that you can find also at the top of the prison, above the SWAT garage. This thing is $0. You can actually just go ahead and fly it whenever you want. Now, this pretty much does it for the helicopters. We're going to do the only 2 planes in Mad City. There are 2 planes that you can buy. Now, the first one is right here for $350,000 is the regular plane. It's literally called plane. Here we go. Whenever you take off with this, you can actually tell that this is just a regular plane. I don't think this is a bad purchase. It's pretty good, but again, in chapter 2 you cannot spawn your planes anywhere you want. So what I'm gonna say is definitely buy a vehicle instead, because this is definitely gonna help you in the long run. Now we're making our way to the Campfire, which is gonna be the location of the second plane in the game, which is a new vehicle in chapter 2, and it's the Spitfire right here. If you actually go right there to the airstrip, you're gonna be able to find a plane right there, which is $3 million, and it's the Spitfire. It's pretty good because of the fact that this plane can shoot. If you go ahead and start this thing, you can actually go ahead and use the guns by shooting with your click, or basically on mobile, I don't know what it is. And the cool thing with this is if you press spacebar, you're gonna be able to stay on top of your plane just like that. As you can tell, you can pretty much just do whatever. Let me know down in the comments which one you like better. We're now gonna move on to the last part of today's video, which is gonna be the jet. Put your seatbelt on, because this is gonna be by far one of the craziest parts of today's video. Let's go there right now. Now the first jet on today's list is actually one of the most iconic jet. It's the Falcon right here at the airport right there, and it's gonna be at $1 million, which again for a jet is very low in terms of price. It has bombs that you can drop under you. You can actually go ahead and PvP with this. It's pretty fun, but again there's some better alternatives, which is gonna be the next one onto this list, which is the Nighthawk right here, $6 million, which is the most expensive vehicle you can actually go ahead and purchase in Mad City Chapter 2. Very good stealth jet. You can actually go ahead and use this, fly this around, and as you can tell, this has missiles as well as the bombs I was throwing with the Falcons, and you can actually go ahead and do a special thing with this, which is going to be pressing R on your keyboard, and you can be invisible. We're now going to move to the last ever vehicle of today's video, which is going to be the last jet. It's going to be located at the aircraft carrier. Look at how slow the map renders. What is this? The aircraft carrier is actually located right next to the lighthouse. As you can see, the lighthouse is right here and the aircraft carrier is right next to it. You're going to be able to find one of the most iconic jets in Mad City, and it's the jet that I used to like the most in Mad City Chapter 1, and it is the Warhawk. This thing is absolutely crazy looking. It used to look completely different, and now it has two different boosts at the back. Again, it looks amazing. I definitely think you should go ahead and use this when it comes to just having a jet. Again, you can just go ahead and get on that thing and just go ahead and walk. This is just goofy. Look at me. I'm just walking on my jet. So that's basically gonna be it for today's video. I went over every single buyable vehicle. If you want to go ahead and support this video, go ahead and throw a thumbs up on it, as well as subscribe to the channel. Make sure to also go ahead and turn on that notification bell to notify for every video and every live stream on my channel. I give away Robux in both of my live stream and in my Discord, so go ahead and join both of those. I'll see you guys in the next video, the next live stream. Thank you guys so much. Degree out. See y'all later. Peace.